this is a wrestling organization. I mean, it's a lot of stuff is fictional besides the action. People got to just relax. I do have a problem with the suspension, though, and Vince McMahon suspending him when you have people like The Click who came in and kayfabed. I mean, they went off script at a Madison Square Garden appearance, and then nothing happens to them.
Well, one person something happened to, if you remember correctly.
Okay. Something happened to Triple H. His push got pushed back
he
a little bit.
Ended up...
but nothing happened to Shawn Michaels because he became champion.
Let me ask you a question. After this 60-day debacle and he comes back, will the fans start getting behind him?
Two scenarios that I just thought of. One was that he'll come back and the fans are going to love him. And are going to be happy that he's back. And either he'll push that into something or he'll just fade back like he's been doing. Or the smart thing is for the Authority to play it off in a storyline.
That would be the smart thing, but we all know that they don't like to do things smart. They don't.
The killer of killers right here. Keith Logan loved taking the jabs at the WWE, not giving them a chance.
But
hey, man, if you want to get one of those superstars on here on our show one day, you better behave yourself, young man.
I mean, that would be the right thing to do. Have them come out and, I don't know, play it off like, oh, he's gone, or say something. Because you know how they...
Why not, though?
It'd be smart. I mean...
How many times have they played real-life storylines? Hardy against Edge. That was real life, man.
It was. They were going up against Lita. Lita left him for Edge. So it'd be smart to do because it would just make great TV.
If something really bothers the fan base, the WWE really knows how to ingrate it into their storylines.
Kind of take the knife, stick it in, turn a little bit to annoy them even more.
Yeah. Like on Raw, everyone was calling for Daniel Bryan while Stephanie was out there, and she was talking about Triple H. They know how to do it. They're not dumb.
No, they're not. But I actually would like to see him get a push from this. I think that would be quite interesting and quite entertaining if you have this guy who put his hands on the boss, giving him a hug, and this big guy who does a lot of charity work, and then you have him out for 60 days and play that off and see what they could do with that.
Go ahead.
It would just be... It would make good TV, I think. Have him come out. I think he'll get cheered when he comes back after the 60 days. Is that 60 days that conflicts with WrestleMania?
90 days conflicted with WrestleMania.
But 60 days, no? But here, if 60 days, is that enough to put him even on the card?
Well, you can always throw him, and this makes perfect sense, too. He returns at WrestleMania and wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
I got one better for you. It just came into my head. He comes back WrestleMania. Don't have him come back until WrestleMania, and he cost Triple H the title because of what happened. He's like, he got mad because they suspended him, so he'll do one better. He's like, you know what? I'm going to cost you the title.
They can play it off. They can do it.
I'm telling you. Hire me. I got all these ideas in my head just swarming around.
Hire the next Vince Russo over here, guys.
No, don't compare me to Vince Russo. He killed WCW.
One guy has his own thinking of what Titus O'Neil does, and that's his good friend Dave Bautista. Someone tweeted him, have you talked to Titus? And he said, I did something better. I called him and told him to ask for it to be released. #OneLife.
MVP also said there's life after the E in parentheses, meaning WWE. So I don't think...
Is there really MVP?
There isn't.
For you, sir?
No.
Okay.
What else has he been doing these days? Is there life? I don't know. He did TNA for what, 3 months, and then he left. But Batista, he's in movies. What's he going to do? Get his friend a role in the next Guardian movie? Thoughts on that? Do you think he would if you were Titus O'Neil and you are in this situation, and I'm Batista, and I tweeted that to you and called you on the phone, what would you do? Would you go with it, or would you say, no, man, I'm all right?
I kind of want to see how it plays out.
Mm.
What are they going to do when I come back?
It could be embarrassing, though. They could put you with...
Right, and that's when you leave.
They could put you with, like, Hornswoggle or something like that. Make you a jobber.
I mean, he's been really back and forth with primetime players, and it hasn't been anything set for him. They won the tag team champions, and that was it.
And then they broke up. And then
they actually broke up unexpectedly. What happened there?
Mm-hmm.
This time around? Now they're trying to push him as a singles guy.
Yeah, because
he had won the last
3 matches. I
yeah,
think. And then they also had him in the tournament. I mean, he lost the first round to Kevin Owens, but
they kind of made him a big part of the Royal Rumble when he came in, throwing people around, having his little moment.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully Titus O'Neil, maybe he will be the next face of the WWE.
If they allow it.
If they allow it. We all know sometimes Vince's track record, he might try and bury him completely. So
yeah. Speaking of faces of the WWE, this one team is not a face anymore. They just turned heel. The Dudley Boys.
I liked how you did that. I have to admit,
what do you think of the Dudley Boys turning heel? I think it's perfect.
I think it's pure genius. I mean, there's not much you can do with them as face. How much time are you going to get over? What's up? That's so...
I would love for them to incorporate the Bully Ray part into their... Because that was a positive coming out of TNA.
Yeah.
He could being Bully Ray.
I like that as well. Plus, he was good talking on the mic.
But keep them as a tag team, but make them, like bullies. Like as soon as you make Bubba Ray go on his own, they're just gonna fade. They're not gonna push him like TNA pushed him. He's just gonna fade into the background.
No, he'll probably get up for one title shot, and then after that, just fade down. You won't see him win. You won't see him do anything much after that. So, but I like it. I think it's good. Have them beat down on guys. Kind of what they were going to originally do with the Ascension, and then all of a sudden, these guys just faded into the sunset, and you don't even see them anymore.
Well, now that you're getting more of this positive reaction out of the New Day, and the fact that Mark Henry's not a heel.
No.
And that they have him team up with him. Are we witnessing a face turn for the New Day?
Are we witnessing?
They're so over.
Are we witnessing a new member of the New Day, or is he just one of the guys that when they need help they call on him?
Could be. He could be their bodyguard,
enforcer.
Yeah, their enforcer like that.
Another tag team that seems to be teasing with, I guess you could say, is the possible R-Truth and Goldust. We've been seeing all these backstage encounters with one another. There was one a few weeks ago when he confronted R-Truth in the bathroom. There was another one he was trying to train with R-Truth. Can we see possibly a new tag team come out of this? Or is this just, let's fill some airtime, we'll throw them in the background and see what happens? I personally think this is kind of Goldust and Booker T version 2.0, if you remember when they paired them together, and it was kind of a comical bit because he even has a stutter back from the Booker T days when he would like stutter. You got like electrocuted, I believe, and then he kept stuttering. So, what are your thoughts on that one?
I'd see it just like that as the Booker T. Just like Booker T and Goldust back in, 2001, 2002 when they were doing that?
Yeah.
I kind of think it's something of the same. But, you have to have a little comedy, a little segments away from the ring and just to get people relaxed and to enjoy. And I think both of them are perfect. I wouldn't mind them tagging up at all.
Could you see them winning the tag team titles? No. Just basically a filler for like one of those pre-shows.
I mean, maybe they do win the tag team titles if they're over.
If they're over, yeah, I could see it. Could you see them with a T-shirt?
Yeah, they'll figure out some way, Golden Truth or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be.
To come out with.
I don't think I would buy it, but it's quite possible.
If it's a part of that little TNA blue bag, you'd buy it.
Yeah, but they're not in TNA, so I don't.
At the WWE came out with one of those little blue bags.
You probably get like
$5 T-shirts.
Probably get a Fandango T-shirt.
I'd wear it.
You would?
I don't wear Fandango.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, somebody from TNA got the boot.
Somebody from TNA, 5 guys from NXT, a major star from NXT's injured. We'll get into that when we come back. Ringside Rumble Radio here on the UCR Network, powered by Spreaker.com and free on iTunes.
Unified Championship Radio. This is Ringside Rumble Radio here on the UCR Network, powered by Spreaker.com, and now free. That's right, free on iTunes.
That is true.
That is damn true.
Yep. Catch us on Facebook, facebook.com/UCR Network, and Instagram and Twitter at UCR Network. Our Instagram is kind of like
we got
the slowest of the ones, but you can always catch us on, if not on Twitter, at UCR Network for sure. And hashtag. Hey, if you want us to, if you have a comment, hashtag us at hashtag UCR Network or hashtag RRR for Ringside Rumble Radio.
Sounds good. Yeah, we got to update the Instagram. But our Twitter and Facebook are really the ones we really hit the most. But one thing that got hit the most last week or a week or two ago was Awesome Kong. She made contact with Matt Hardy's wife backstage at TNA taping.
Rebby Sky had no chance.
And apparently TNA said, no, you can't do that. You are released. And adios, she went. So now Awesome Kong is out of a job. And could she possibly go back to WWE? Or maybe the NXT? Or maybe the Ring of Honor?
The division for Ring of Honor, the girls, there really isn't that big of a division, but to put her in NXT would be, I think, the right move for her. I don't know if WWE is willing to go back to karma again and have another bit of bad karma themselves.
It could happen.
But she's had a history, right? A history of some interesting moments. She's very disgruntled.
Mm-hmm.
She's a very disgruntled woman.
I think she got into a fight the first time in TNA as well. And did she get into a fight in WWE or no? I know she got pregnant, and that's when she was
Do you even remember? I saw her twice. One, she came in, and she started crying in the middle of the ring. And then I saw her at the Royal Rumble, and that was the last time I saw her.
I remember her at the Rumble. I don't remember anything else.
Don't you remember she used to come out and haunt all the pretty ladies of the WWE at the time? Like Kelly.
Ah, yes.
And she would come out and just like haunt them, and they'd all be upset. And then all of a sudden she comes out one day, gets in the middle of the ring, and just starts crying, sitting in the middle of the ring. And we're like, what is going on here? Like, will somebody let me know?
They said, I was looking at on the internet, in 2010, she beat up radio shock jock Bubba the Love Sponge.
He's always connected to the wrestling in some way, giving giving Hulk Hogan his
sex
wife
tapes?
to have a little sexual pleasures with.
Repeatedly punching him in the mouth for making offensive remarks about Haiti. So I guess she's from Haiti.
I mean, it's only a positive if I guess the WWE can bring her back and put her in some role in NXT.
But why would you take that chance if she's hot-tempered backstage? She's done it once. She's bound to do it again.
Yeah, let's just fire her again. I mean, what is she gonna do? She's her own worst enemy.
Yeah, she's her own bad karma.
Oh,